And I think we live.
We live.
I think we're live. Episode 17?
It's 16.
It's
It's
16?
either 16 or 17.
I think it's 17, yo. I feel like we said 6 last time. Episode motherfucking 17! Not safe for what? What's it not safe for, Marlon? What's that there smoking? Cigarette? Smoking a cigarette?
Motherfucking ears.
Cancer sticks.
This is episode 17 of Not Safe for Years. I am Nicholas Austin here with my guests and co-hosts here. That's not how the fuck we talk. How we talk?
Like we don't give a shit.
Basically.
I got on the wrong show.
Not Safe for Years, episode 17. Before we introduce the guest who's touching on some very, very important topics, we're just gonna see how the field was. What y'all do last weekend, man? What's going on? What happened?
Last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend. Not like yesterday. That's the second time I said that shit last weekend.
I don't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday.
Wow.
Mother's Day weekend.
No, actually, it's this weekend.
Huh?
Like yesterday. I fucked up. I said last week, but we covered.
We weren't here last week.
You're right. Let's talk about Mother's Day. That's an important day.
How does
Marvin's Day?
I said Marvin? Damn. Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
I'm not even drunk yet, man. What the fuck?
I'm drinking this early? Huh?
Yeah,
we do this kind of. But Mother's Day, just pretty much, I went around to the new crib, did some more painting, had a little dinner with everybody, family and stuff like that. Turned out to be alright though. I mean, nothing too spectacular.
That's dope.
Mother's Day. What the fuck did we do Mother's Day?
I saw some of it.
Is it bad I don't remember Mother's Day?
I remember some of your Mother's Day, and that's bad.
What I do Mother's Day?
You put it. Y'all was throwing shit out in your mama's kitchen that you was trying to get out the house. You and your brother.
Yeah. I went to church.
Now, how the fuck you ain't remember that you was there?
I went to church, and she been texting me all week like, "Are you coming to church 8:30?"
You went to church. How was it?
Like, no, church was good, yo.
That's
it was
dope.
kind of good.
What denomination?
This church she goes to, right? The building, it's got like, instead of having like stained glass and like you inside of some shit and you feel like you just stuck in there and you can't get out. Like the window, it's like windows floor to the ceiling, and then like the ceiling has got like bump ups with more windows. Like
shut up. What's the name of the church?
I don't know what the name of it is.
Yeah, went to the church. Gave his dollar. Didn't even know who he was giving it to.
I was there. I was looking at nature. I'm like, damn, man, shit tough.
You know your mama gonna whoop that ass.
She gonna whoop that ass. I mean, he was in there sleeping. He wasn't even thinking.
I was in there. I was praising the Lord, yo.
He was in there eating Twizzlers. That's what I'm saying. You in church tonight. Just fucking up down the channel.
You was smacking too while you was eating the Twizzlers.
That's funny, yo. I've never thought about it.
I think she followed us on Instagram.
She was there too?
She was there, and she spoke to me, right?
Don't you got a girlfriend?
No, she spoke to me.
She spoke
So she spoke to me, right?
Oh,
She
so
was
she
moving so
didn't see
fast. She ain't seen me no news. She was moving so fast, I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I found out, so we gotta get a workout in with the girl, shit, what's her Instagram name?
You don't even know her name. You don't even know her name.
Shout out.
Did she watch the podcast?
I think she do watch the podcast.
You don't even, listen, from us.
Two a day.
From us, not this motherfucker.
2 a day.
We precious.
Please.
We love you.
I love you too.
Thank
but
you.
look.
She don't even know your fucking name.
That man don't know
You
your
know
name,
you.
bro.
I don't even know you and I know
She
you.
said Marvin, she been trying to get a workout with Marvin in for a little while. So.
At least they try to jam him up. First of all, introduce yourself. This your name from right now.
Alright, so first and foremost, my name is SirPatrick Ewell. You can follow me on Instagram.
Yes, please get him there.
SirPatrick, SirPatrick _IWU.
Yo, how you feel about having like one of the coolest names ever?
You fucking bitch, I was about to say that. Yo, this motherfucking name is SirPatrick.
Yo, when he told me the first time, he was like, SirPatrick. I'm like, I'm not calling this nigga SirPatrick.
Real quick.
I was like, yeah.
I thought I heard him wrong. I said he had to say Patrick.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, oh, Patrick?
He meant name was Patrick. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I get that all the time, and I have to repeat myself.
That shit is
SirPatrick.
hard. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever interviewed
Let's
for?
get that shit straight.
Right, real quick.
See, that's what I thought. Though I thought you were trying to say call him sir. I said he must be in the military or
Yeah,
some
this
shit
ain't
like.
tripping,
Yo, have you ever interviewed for a job and you didn't get it with that fucking name?
I honestly have never not gotten a job.
The name.
When I mean, like, so when I interview, I've never not gotten a job. But it's very
Because of your name.
Yeah, but it's
not your
it's
skills and.
It's very neutral too, though. Like you, like okay, this ain't no Aquafina, all right, or some old crazy name. Because that's the thing.
Right.
We setting our kids up, man. Like if you give them some weird name they can't even pronounce, what makes you think they're gonna take the kids serious?
Yeah,
That's
it was
the first
already
thing you
hard to
get is your
understand the name. Yeah.
And then to answer your question, I hated my name when I was
Did
younger.
you?
when I was a kid, I hated my name.
What's a bad nickname you got?
Sir Lancelot.
Oh, I done roast your ass too.
It's funny. That was actually one of them, man. But I mean, my nicknames was pretty chill. Like it was just like SP or SP the Ghost. It wasn't nothing crazy.
That's chill.
But
that's actually pretty dope.
Hold on. What you mean? That's two hard ass names.
That's what I'm saying. But it was
like, I hated it. I had the greatest name.
Yo, but when I was a
kid,
I got beat for my name because I answered Patrick in class.
Oh wow!
So like I was in class, teacher's talking to me, Patrick, yada yada. My mom whips my tail in front of everybody. Ooh, so the next day, I'm talking teacher breath, Patrick,
wow.
right here.
Yeah.
So I would not answer.
What's the story behind your name?
Well, from what my mother said, from what I was told, she said that she didn't like how the nurse was being like rough with the bassinet or whatever, and she was like, "Well, cool. If you ain't gonna respect my son, you're gonna excuse me. If you're not gonna respect me, you're gonna respect my son." So that was kind of like the reason from what she told me. But my biggest thing, man, is like now with the name, I give respect to everybody. So I say yes, sir, yes, ma'am to the kids, customers, old, young. It don't matter. Everybody.
Sure, your
mom hold up. Perfect segue. I like you touched on the mom again because we kind of wanted to go into how was the Mother's Day, and we're right back at the mom again. Mm-hmm. Give us some more information about how your Mother's Day was, and then more makeup about her because now I'm. Like, people just make a decision in the hospital room. Like, you know what? You gonna fuck with me? You gonna call my lineage sir for now fucking on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that had a whole future.
I want to know a little bit more about her. Hey, I don't know if y'all came here to learn more about SirPatrick's mama, but I'm interested, motherfucker.
That shit was genius.
That actually was.
How was your Mother's Day? And then give us a little more insight on your mom.
Well, my Mother's Day was very chilled, man. I just kicked it in the house, got some work done. Just focused on the business a little bit. But, my relationship with my mother was going to be kind of unique. We'll talk about the YouTube channel a little later. I didn't have the best relationship. Like, I came from broken home, mom strung out on drugs. Okay. The worst of the worst. Talking Section 8 when that joint looked like Monopoly money. Not that cool little EBT card with the stripe. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the best of times, but what I can honestly say from my relationship that I got from her was that, try to treat people right and just be honest. Because the backlash for what she was doing, she was always lying, bro. It was no time she was telling me the truth. So now moving forward, as an adult, I picked up some of those characteristics, in my youthful days, like just being extra. But then as I got older and I realized I could literally say and do whatever I want as long as I'm telling the truth and being honest. Right. You can have anything from any female, any person, any job, anything as long as you're honest. Because that's all people want you to do is just be honest with them.
Right? Say any female.
Anything you want, bro. Life, period. Just be honest.
Knowing now the makeup of his mom and their relationship, and then that she had the fortitude after fucking labor to say, okay, you know what? This nigga named SirPatrick.
Yep.
And you gonna respect it.
Yeah.
That was just cool. It's a cool dichotomy of like this.
That's why even now, like, despite how I feel about her, I still give her the utmost respect.
That's like Tupac. It's a Tupac song.
Stupid.
Damn, mama. Hey, just there, motherfucker, you lied. It's a Tupac song. You lied, motherfucker.
It's funny, yo, but that junk is tough, yo. Like when I look back at it, that's why I leaned on him too a lot when I was younger. When I look back at it, man, I'm like, yo, this is some fucked up shit. I can't put my kids through that.
I feel like that's a lot of my motivation. So, same thing with me, man. My mama she's so much of she's like a hermit. So she don't like to get out and do much. But actually, the day before, I don't really like doing nothing on Mother's Day, period. Like traffic and shit. But the day before, we had some crab cakes. I made her some crab cakes.
You made crab cakes?
Some lump meat crab cakes. She loves seafood, so. Simple things, man. We don't go out and post it on the gram and do a bunch of wild shit. Just make sure that connection is real. Right. Keep it honest, like Mama said. All right, so now, Safe for Ears, episode 17. Our guest SirPatrick is on. Why are you here today? You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us. Hey, man.
Well, first of all, y'all got me right.
Hey.
Your boy lost 10 pounds, too, by the way. I got abs now.
Oh, shit. Not
got abs now.
You got abs.
Let's give my ab class. Dirty,
so these brothers, we was working out in the gym, and they was getting me right and giving me some good workouts and whatnot, so I carried on to what I'm doing now. But the reason why I'm here is because I was blessed with the opportunity to speak with y'all about, my vision, which is the virtual experience. You can find us on YouTube as well. Type in SirPatrick Ewu, the virtual experience, and we're going to pop up. And you can also follow our YouTube channel as well. So pretty much the virtual experience we take real life scenarios and reenact them through virtual reality. So think of a short film, but with VR headsets. The first thing that we decided to tackle was the opioid crisis in Maryland right now. So we got approximately about 7.5 people dying a day. Last year we had over 2,300 people die in the state of Maryland. I think it was a little over 75,000 for the U.S. And on average, we was getting about 92 to 93 people dying a day in 2016. So like that's what we're dealing with. So with our new generation being so high tech with technology and everything, me sitting up here saying, hey, don't do drugs, getting on a podium is not going to cut it no more. It's whack. They're going to be sitting in their phones on Instagram talking about how corny I am, right? So now the thing is, you got to sit here and try to reach them on what they're accustomed to, and that's technology. So instead of me
playing field.
Exactly. So instead of me trying to do that for them, now I have your full undivided attention because that same phone that you'll be texting on is right here. And we've already got some measurables. We have a few partnerships that we're trying to finalize. Obviously, we can't speak on them, but hey, we're working
soon.
But hopefully we'll get into the school system, start helping these kids out, and then not only that, man. Like I said, with the virtual experience, there's no scenario we can't recreate. So we have things from the opioid crisis. We got one where we're talking about human trafficking, cyberbullying, and then we even have training programs educating people about just normal health and fitness. So it's like we got some things that we're working on.
What's like the 5-year plan for this? Like how where do you see it 5 years from now?
Well, first year. It was 2-year plan. I'm thinking school system. We want the DMV area in 3, and we want to be a national program in 5. But when I say national program, not only within the school system, I mean program period, because we're going to have divisions. So think of Ford Motors, right? You got the F-150, the Fusion, and all this other stuff. It'll be the same thing.
Tapping different avenues.
Exactly. So we'll have what we call division. Prevention. Did I say it right? Prevention. There we go. Prevention. Yeah. So we have prevention, right? And prevention would be the cyberbullying, the drug overdose, human trafficking, things of that nature. Then you can go into health and fitness. So we'll have those fitness classes about how you can just work out at home if you don't got a gym, or what it looks like to go to an orthodontist and get your teeth cleaned. So we're gonna break it up. And then obviously we have some outside contracts that we're working on for training measures that we white labeling and whatnot. But that's pretty much where we are, man. 5 years, we want to be a national program where we're filling out and touching everything.
So as far as like getting started with the project itself, like what gave you that inspiration to kind of like dig into that effect?
We know some of it is mom.
Yeah.
Some of that circle back to you being a young man, with your mom and her drug addiction.
I mean, and dealing with her addiction. Great question. Excellent question. Dealing with her addiction sucked. One story in particular, I'll never forget. I was working for a company called John Labor Care. Under the table, it's been 10 years, so y'all are fine. Under the table, and it was a big snowstorm. And this is when we was living in Waterbury, Connecticut at the time. Yeah. And big snowstorm, probably like 10 feet, something stupid. Shit. And we started shoveling 5 p.m. and we didn't stop until 2 p.m. the next day. And we was like doing apartments and private contracts and whatnot. Make a long story short, I get home, my mom got the spread. This is when I was eating pork. Bacon, eggs, cheese, pancakes, the works, right? So she's like, all right, son, go take a shower. Don't make the water too hot because you just got out the cold or whatever. So I go take a shower. I go hide my money, go take a shower. I come out, both places ready, steaming, going. I start crushing. And I look around, I'm like, dang, hey, Ma! You know what I mean? So I go in the back, I'm like, you about to, food about to get cold. She was gone. Immediately, I run to my mattress, turned my joint sideways. I had put a hole in my mattress. All my bread was gone. So I saved up probably like $500. I went. This is when the PlayStation was when it first came out. I wanted to get my PlayStation from the pawn shop, all this other stuff, and that was like my deal breaker. You know what I mean? And then I told her, I was like, yo, I would never see you again. You would never see my children. I would never speak to you again. Now, I got to grow as a man to get past that. Right. But one thing I'm learning about my spiritual journey right now is like, if you're not helping my positive space, then you're a hindrance, not an asset. So I have to remove you until, I can feel a space for you. Yeah. But bringing that back to your question, back then, that was my thing to kind of stimulate me to actually care about people that's going through the situation. But what made me go through this was, or choose this was, my brother, he was doing security, and I hadn't seen him for like 3 months or whatever, and he asked me to go out with him. Now, during the time, I was training for the physique modeling show, the amateur joint that they do in Catonsville. Yeah. And I think this was
OCB or something like that.
Yeah. So 16, I think it was 16. I was probably like 9 weeks out. So, trying to dry out, not a lot of water. So we get out there. I had 3 shots, blackout. Now at the time I'm like 230, so like 3 shots is like nothing. That's like pregame, you know. And I wake up the next day, grab my keys, and my lady at the time, I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to dip. She's like, no, where you going? I was like, I'm about to go to work. She was like, how? I'm like, stop playing with me, man. I just dipped. And I'm like, hitting the keys. My car's not outside. I'm like, where's my car?
Shit.
She was like, yo, you don't know you totaled your car last night?
Fuck.
Right? And I'm like, stop fucking with me. I'm thinking like my shit got towed or something silly. She was like, nah. So then as soon as she said that, like little flashes of stuff was happening. Like I remember being in the car, and then I remember like being in a jail cell, whatever. So apparently a witness saw me get out the front seat, get in the passenger seat, then climb out the passenger seat, lay in the back seat. And then I called the cops.
He did the John Jones.
He knew what to do.
So, but I was inebriated, right? So I called the cops, and the cops said, yeah, he tried to be smart. And when I got there, he was in the back seat of the car. Whatever. Just stupid. And yeah, told him my joint. So I had to get put on probation for a year with a year suspended. And that was probably the worst year, man. I dealt with alcoholism that year. I drank damn near every day.
Yeah.
Got into another situation with a police officer out in Pittsburgh. He put his hands on me, and I picked him up, slammed him. I don't know how this man didn't shoot me.
Yeah, I'm
violated my probation, and then it was wild. So thinking about that experience, and then what I went through, I was like, I would never want somebody to go through this. Because I can sit here and tell the story right now. I'm like, dang, SirPatrick, you made it. Well, it ain't happened to me. But the way our brains internalize information visually, by putting that headset on and me reenacting that scenario of my life, but you'll see it as if you went through it. It changes the game.
Yeah, it changes. Yeah, so, it's gonna change your life.
Exactly, and that's the point of the virtual experience.
Let me ask this.
Yes, sir.
What do you say, right? Being that we are young black men, right? And we know that drug addiction ain't new. It's just this opioid addiction is now hitting the white community. Right. What do you say to black people who's like, listen, they didn't give a fuck when it was us. When it was just us dealing with the shit. You know what I mean? Now that it's dealing with white people, now everybody want to help. And I know that's not where you at, but what do you say to that person?
The same way I felt with my family members when they dipped on my mom. My grandmother died when I was 21. My grandmother died on August 21st when I was 10 years old on my birthday. When my grandmother passed away, because of my mother's addiction, all of her siblings like turned their back on her. Like I was sitting up one night while they was arguing, and my uncle had told my mom, when you die, I want to piss on your grave if it was on fire.
Ooh. What?
Like it was something to that magnitude, like that's tough,
heat.
yo.
That's what we call
heat. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, damn, yo. Like where were y'all when I didn't have nothing to eat? You know what I'm saying? They took all the furniture in the house. No exaggeration, bro. There was no rolls of toilet tissue in there. Like that's why I say the way I act now is polar opposite, but how I should be acting.
Right.
But the reason why I bring that up is because now, my cousins, like, you know what I'm saying, Brian, Madeline, Tanisha, they got a decent relationship. I still love them, but I can't treat them any different because of what their parents may have done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I say to this is like, okay, cool. Yeah, they wasn't around then, but shoot, they're here now, bro. We still need help. I still need my family. They wasn't around then. But then my kids going to need to meet my cousins. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
It's out of the space now. We got the resources. There's no excuse at this point. So let's take advantage.
Focus on the bigger picture.
Yeah, focus on the bigger picture. Let's take advantage.
That's a good point.
That's definitely a good point.
It's tough.
Do you think you'll expand, maybe not even so much in VR, which is taking a big swing back? Remember VR 80s, maybe early 90s, they had a little real crude machinery. But now you hear about this augmented reality type stuff. Have you guys thought about maybe venturing into that at all? Where it's like really your environment you're looking at, and all of a sudden, not to be funny, but I'm gonna be funny, a crackhead just pop up. Like that blue chair. Like y'all can't see it, but it's a blue chair and a crackhead just pop up. So it's like it's real then. I don't know the cost benefit as far as like the financial gain or loss it would be, or how new the technology is, but do you have maybe an AG win as well, like so augmented reality?
I'll say it like this: there's no scenario we cannot recreate or create. It's in the works. Obviously, we can't talk about it too much, but it's in the works on what we want to do. The biggest thing is a lot of times with small businesses in general, from my research, we tend to be so enthused about our product and want to give it out to help people that we overextend ourselves.
Yeah.
So right now, we're just focusing on the basics. Get everything tight. the biggest thing right now is we want to use this as a training tool and an opportunity to explain different scenarios and experiences to give you a different perspective.
Right.
So you lock that in and let everybody run around with their heads cough and try to throw stuff together, and we solidify that. We keep that clientele. Everybody's happy. Keep that foundation, saving lives. Okay, let's add some extra spice to it. You know what I mean? So that's just extra spice. But right now, the foundation is these short films so these kids can get educated.
So as far as like trying to put this whole project and experience together, what were some of your biggest trials?
Some of the biggest trials.
You take some sip. God damn, that must have been terrible.
Man, you about to make me go back to that year, boy. Nah, some of the trials was buy-in. Because everybody that knows me knows I hate working for people. Yeah. I load it. I feel that my time is extremely valuable, and the way businesses are made up, I pay you enough to keep you, but not too much for you. Enough to keep you, but not enough for you to grow. Right. That's why on all of my business cards, I recognize myself as a managing partner. I build partnerships. So my goal is to build a partnership. You get paid, I get paid. Oh, you need support? Here, let me get 3%. Go about your business. You keep doing that, man, and you're not sitting in the office no more. You just moving around helping folks. So for me, man, it's just like staying focused, not getting too caught up, because the biggest thing that I ran into was finances and the drama. Whew, it sucks. People that's in a relationship with me and people that's friends with me, they're gonna be pissed because I'm about to write a book and everything. So watch this, buddy.
You have a name for that book that you go.
Oh yeah. So the name of the book is gonna be called "The Boy Found in the Bag of Rice."
For real?
The boy found in the bag of rice.
Yeah, that's some breaking news we talking about.
Breaking news.
Say it again. Hold on.
Say it one more time.
SirPatrick. What's the name of that book again?
All right, so the book I'm writing right now is called "The Boy Found in a Bag of Rice."
And you gonna shit on all your friends and family?
Not shit on them.
He's gonna tell some real shit.
But the thing is, what I'm doing is it's kind of like the I think it's like Brown Sugar, where you're switching characters. But the thing is, me as a person, right, SirPatrick, I'm gonna be split into 3 people in my story. So it's like certain perspective. So I'm not shitting on somebody in particular. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, some of that stuff is gonna be revealed like a spoiler alert. The reason why the title was made was because my stepmother had found my birth certificate in a bag of rice because my father heard her coming in the door and stuffed it in a bag of rice and left it there and forgot. So that's going to be the end of that. And the only people that's going to know about this is the people that seen this live.
You know what's fucking crazy, though? That we get to have these conversations, and we get to know this about you, and we know this shit about people. Don't have this conversation like this now, yo. That's fucking nuts, yo.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, this age, yeah.
But that's why. But that's. I think that was overall one of the things that when we was in the gym, when we first started having the conversations, and we would talk about the most craziest shit, but we would still find out about each other.
While we repping.
So we not only finding out about each other, but we're finding out about ourselves as well. We're like, yo.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now we here, episode 16, right? You know what I mean? But nonetheless, but that
definitely was the genesis of it.
Yeah,
but
that's what happened.
And that's the thing. So going into a situation with one of the biggest. I only told the story to 3 people.
All right.
Okay.
So is this related to the company or some?
This is related to the company some of the struggles. So I only told the story to 3 people.
Ooh, all right.
So
exclusives.
Me and my lady at the time, it was a rough start for our relationship. You know what I'm saying? It was very unique.
It was all her fault though, but continue.
Absolutely not. It was very unique. And as we was navigating through it, it was just certain things that we wasn't able to build on because we didn't take the time to do it in the beginning. Gotcha. So as we started getting to the latter of the relationship, it was just like walking on eggshells. So my biggest thing was SirPatrick, she wants to be married. She deserves to be married. She's been here from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Marry this woman. Even though you may not agree with certain things at the time, just do it and we'll figure out all the extra shit later, which it didn't happen, which I'm glad it didn't happen because now I have something to explain to my son in regards to not just doing things because you think it's the right thing to do it because it's the right thing for you.
It feels good.
You know what I'm saying? It feels good, right? So, real talk. So, in that situation, we got in this crazy argument, yo. And I'm like, yo, do you understand what the fuck I'm sacrificing for this project? Excuse my cousin.
No, please don't.
You say excuse me. This motherfucker. Wait a minute.
You haven't watched any of our shows.
Nah, man.
You're good.
My viewers. But nah, so But no, so we sitting in this argument, and I'm like, yo, do you know what I sacrificed for this? Like, I was on probation at the time. I didn't pay my probation fee because I took the money away from it to pay in the project. Then when that was done, I was like, I was taking money from my car payment, put it on the project. Like,
to pay Paul.
Son, I brought these Yeezys this year because it's the only thing I brought in the last year. Like, for myself, you know what I'm saying? So, like, all this other stuff. And I'm like, and on top of that, and I shouldn't have said it, but I thought by me saying it will show how much I'm trying to sacrifice to make sure we're good. I said, I even took money off of the ring to put on the project.
Oh, this nigga shot it.
Oh, you did. So killed himself.
Suicide bomber.
Yeah. So you just go like this.
Right. So I did that. But the reason why, in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, I'm sacrificing my freedom. So I won't even be able to be a father to my children.
Yeah.
I'm sacrificing my relationship, and I'm also sacrificing my well-being. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
How could you not understand what I'm trying to get done?
Right.
But from her hurt and passion, all she heard was the ring was because that's what she wanted.
Right.
So that junk crushed the relationship, bro. And that was one of the hardest things for me through this process was that sacrifice.
That's crazy.
So in the aspect of what you went through in that particular situation, how you said you were willing to give up, pretty much sacrifice your freedom, your well-being, and your relationship, and all she heard was the ring part. Now, do you feel any kind of way that she didn't understand about the part of you risking your freedom for your son, and also, you know, the freedom of your well-being versus that ring? Like, we're talking about a whole human who's sacrificing pretty much your whole life. You know, including that ring.
He said, "How's the ring more important?"
It seems like you didn't understand
your life and your well-being, like your
that's
right
so
to freedom.
Yo, thank you for bringing that up, yo. That needed to be brought up.
So he gave me a real man shake.
That's tough. So like I thought about that, and that was my first thought in the beginning, and I was angry. But then like spiritually now, man, like this whole wave I've been on, I just sat back and thought about it from her perspective. Okay, SirPatrick. She was there when you totaled your car.
That was the girl who was telling you.
That was my girl.
Okay.
Right? She was there when you totaled your car. She was there when you officially cut ties with your mother. She was there when you had a situation with your family where nobody wanted to fool with you. You know, it's multiple things that she went through. And in her mind, it's like, bitch, I did all this, and you mean to tell me you couldn't at least just keep the ring? Like, you knew how important this is to me?
Because to her, it's the commitment.
It's the commitment. It's because me just saying it and then me finally taking her ring shop, and she's like, okay, SirPatrick's about to do this shit now. He's serious, right? Me finally getting to that point, and then I take that from you.
Yeah.
Like, that's like baiting your kid. Like, telling your kid you're doing a good job, you get him a damn Xbox, and then you're like, my bad, yo, the rent's a little late.
Right.
So, like, that's in her, you know what I'm saying? So, I was mad in the moment, but then I understood that later. But then even after that, we had another conversation. We both just sat down, and she said something real to me that I never had a woman say, and she was just like, yo, SirPatrick, I'm just not made for this journey for you.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You gotta respect it.
That's hurting.
It hurt.
It is beautiful. It's like the best way to get hurt.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the best way to get hurt.
She's like, yo, I cannot do this journey with you, and I'm not the one for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready to be married right now. And so for her, me knowing that marriage is a big thing for her, and then for her to say that parallel, that was real. And immediately it was like I shut it down. Like, okay, I got it. I understand now. So then we stepped back from the situation. It's a little rocky right now, but we're both mature enough to focus on, you know, the kids. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing. And like that's why I'm doing the YouTube channel myself for the virtual experience, because the virtual experience is multiple things. But like one experience could be, you know, the father that's the single dad. So like right now, me and Ketchy, shout out to Ketchy. We're gonna sit here and throw up a thing called Baby. It's gonna be called Baby Father, right? I'm just gonna Deadbeat Dad. It's gonna be called Deadbeat Dad, and she's gonna be showing her film of her experience as a mother and not having a father. I'm gonna show my experience of being the father that's not there right now, because from outside looking in on Leslie's situation, SirPatrick ain't shit. He ain't around. He ain't doing this, that, and the third.
Right.
But on the other side, I was sleeping in somebody's basement, paying them $300 a month, barely eating, and then I had to stack all of my bread to go get this apartment because I didn't have any good ass credit. Because my credit sucks right now. So like now I had to pay $1,500 to get into my apartment. Then I had to get furniture. I'm not going to take my kids from sleeping in their comfortable ass beds to sleep on a hardwood floor. Me and my dog. Yeah. Right. So now I got to put bread out, get a bed.
That's what I'm talking
about. Now man, Cash. Yo, Cash. I've been ready to, boy. That's a whole other conversation. I'm ready to get rid of him, boy, so many times. But I'm like, yo, bro, I done got rid of every relationship. You gonna be here.
Can't do that.
Right. So, you know, I go through all this, and my things, I want to bring them to a home, and then finally, bro, I had broke down, and I literally cried with my daughter in my arms the other day when I had her at the crib, because I'm like, damn, yo, like this is real, like this is life now. It's like I'm not gonna be able to be with my kids every day. I gotta bust my ass to make sure I can put myself in the position so I can give them as much as I can.
Right.
You know, and that's how we're positioning this scenario, because a lot of times men nor women don't understand what's going on the other side.
Yeah.
And for men, we so prideful.
Two different
Very true. We don't even want to talk about it.
We don't even talk about it. We just grind like, yo, shit, y'all don't even see me.
Fuck it.
But now it's like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. I can get my baby. So now when I get back from Cancun, I'll be able to have them stay the night with me and shit. Like that's what it's for.
Yeah,
so
that's the hardest sacrifice, bro.
To wrap up and show the extreme positivity in the virtual experience that you've created, to just show how far it can go and how good it can possibly be. Is it possible that it could do something similar to like giving you the virtual experience of a new girlfriend in possibly like, let's say, Chicago, and you can be like with this girl and like spinning.
Like before it happens?
He is such a troll.
You mean like before it happens?
I mean, like
a
if
test drive?
If you wanted to have, let's say,
It's that Black Mirror. He stole it from Black Mirror, by the way.
Hypothetically speaking. If you like, if you wanted to really feel like you had a new girlfriend in Chicago, right? And could this virtual experience make you really
you got the real shit, and you got this. Yo, could you imagine what it's like to smell feet from China? I guess so, nigga. I mean, no,
so hold on. I got one after you answer this wild ass question. I
got one topic question too.
Hypothetically speaking, if you wanted to experience the experience of a new girlfriend and these emotions, I would have to develop what that would look like for you. So for me to be captivated by a person, you know, I don't know, let's say out of Chicago or something like that, right? You have to have certain qualities that I find to be important. So qualities to me is showing me the attention that I deserve. Being able to be diverse in regards to cooking. Health conscious, you know what I'm saying? Spiritually conscious, and then just downright fun as hell.
You got to capture all that through the virtual reality medium.
Exactly.
Which,
so that's
which
what
he may or may not have already done.
Or working on. Bad bitch in Chicago. Episode 1.
So hold on, real quick. So I do have a question about the virtual experience. Now this one is definitely more serious.
I got a devil's advocate want to follow up after you're done, and then we can jump into
we need to jump into the topics. All right, so now let's say, for instance, somebody is in. Let's say you want to try to put somebody in a retrospect of somebody else's perspective, looking at yourself. Like, say for instance, Denzel, right?
I like that.
He's just like in the gym, whatever the case is. He's doing a little crazy shit, whatever the case is, right? So, would you be able to put into a virtual experience to have what it would look like if somebody was looking at him, like he could see himself?
Yeah.
Damn, that was so see yourself.
Like I can see what other people complain about.
Exactly.
Like, from the prism of being like,
like let's say it's like I can get in a virtual experience as Kristen, dealing with me.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just be you.
And I'm like, yo, this nigga's a fucking.
So would it be CGI or would it be like you just record a whole full day of him?
You can do both. It depends. It depends on how you want to set up, but you can do both.
Damn, that's tight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, I want to do this like tomorrow.
The reason it's.
I mean the first one.
Yeah, it's really dope. It's really dope. But the reason why it's so tough for people to get with it, silly, tough for people to get with it is because it can be expensive. You know what I mean? So for example, it can take me, depending on the scenario, it could take me maybe $20,000 to $30,000 to do a scenario. Now, the high-power professionals, they're going to charge you like 70, 80.
Right.
That's bullshit, because if you in it to help people, then you're not going to charge that much money.
Right.
So for me, what I'm saying is my program, we're going to be doing the same thing that they're doing, but I'm undercutting the hell out of them because it's not about the dollar at that point.
You're just trying to help people.
It's about the value. That's it. You hit them with the value, because if you hit them with the value, you're going to get paid.
Say it one more time for the viewers.
What part?
Hit him with the value, you gonna get paid.
Oh yeah, there you go. I was like,
I was like, I really gotta say.
Hey man, this is my first live, man. You know, you gotta take it easy. No man, I
you good, bro.
rewind.
Yeah, let's
and cut
get to
that
the
part
topic.
out.
Oh, I had 2 more.
Yeah, devil's
And
advocate.
these are quick. One is, all right, so for example, what you guys are doing, right? And I'm guessing the overall plan is to educate Americans, especially, of what it's like to be dealing with this type of addiction, and you know the many cons and very little pros to deal with it. Switzerland, for example, and their use of drug addicts and the epidemic of heroin use and methadone use and stuff like that, legalized the drugs, but they legalized them in the sense that everything would be administered through their own professionals, healthcare professionals.
Right.
And the recidivism rate of people coming back has lowered. Deaths, infections, all that is lowered. So I feel like that's your end plan. Now, you're also battling big pharma. And big pharma comes with a lot of dollars, which can influence a lot of legislators who make these laws. And Purdue, I was watching this documentary, and it was around 1996, Purdue, a pharmaceutical company, kind of coined and created this whole Oxycontin craze. They were the one that flooded the market. They were the big boy drug dealers. And they did so by changing the minds through dollars of the doctors to prescribe them. Because a lot of times you have these pharmaceutical reps that come over with their suits and the suitcase and say, this is the new drug for this new thing, you should do it. And the doctors kind of decide yay or nay. And along with that pressure came with dollars. How do you plan to, I guess through investments, but battle that other side where you're trying out there and you're saying, you're marching for this cause, but you have big pharma and
They're gonna put
billions of
$1
dollars
that
that's
you
trying
buy.
to go to every senator, every type of congressman and say, yeah, we hear that shit, but look, this is the incentive for you to do it.
Not even that.
Cause
We hear that shit.
money over here.
Do you
They
really
gonna
feel like
also
you can
try to
educate?
bankrupt, maybe.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but just that you educating the people to understand what's going on and the truly harmful effect of, okay, you break a wrist, you don't need to go to this opioid thing and addicted. There's other ways you can do it or to really understand what you're doing. Versus them saying, you're watching the fucking football game and then here comes that commercial. Are you feeling tired?
Yeah.
Are you feeling weak? Try opioid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
how do you plan to really, really take on that?
So look, let me help you out real quick. Before you
I was
go,
gonna help him out too.
you can help them out too. But look, this is the crazy thing. You said, back in the day when Purdue did this shit, right? Whatever, right? This was
Big pharma,
Big
Purdue,
pharma,
pharmaceutical
right.
company.
So listen, we live in a day now where more people are on the internet than watch TV. That's never happened before. And there's no gatekeepers in the internet.
Correct.
Like, you can create a platform, or you can get on any platform on the internet and just speak the truth. You know what I mean?
There was some legislation just passed. There is gatekeepers now. Remember that big
You're
thing?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they show a lot of
neutrality,
So
you're right.
that also kind of touches into that. But
this thing with Mark Zuckerberg, man, they trying to put stimulations on everything, and I hope the FBI don't show up at my house, right? But yeah, I mean, all of that is just to put a microscope or put everybody underneath of a microscope and in front of a camera. They want to make sure that they can keep eyes on everything and everybody in some way, form, or fashion. So they're going to use whatever platform they can, and they see that the internet, social media, all that kind of stuff plays the biggest factors in the world today. So obviously they're going to try to tamper and find out ways to get, subject themselves. So
you think that's how they're gonna combat what he's trying to do? The good work you're trying. I really want you to answer this.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
How do you think they're gonna counter that?
And then how do you believe that you're going to counteract to them?
Good question. So the biggest thing for me, I didn't know you can go live on Facebook too at the same time. So Instagram?
I didn't know that.
I didn't even.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, you can share it with Instagram.
And we could also all go live together too.
That is
Oh, yeah,
pretty
we
damn
could.
cool.
I should have pinned you. One of y'all. But
Sidebar. Yeah, my
Anyway.
fault. My fault.
Yeah.
But to answer that question, the biggest thing is you got to get in the pockets of the homes. When you become a household name, it makes things a lot easier for you. It's kind of like one of those hood laws. You don't rob a hardworking man, and that means a person that's like a contractor,
Not the game.
gas, like trash collector, like the real grunt jobs. Don't rob that man. He works hard for his living. You know what I'm saying? And then like the hood kind of takes care of you in that regard, right? It's the same thing within business. The people I'm going after the people that is going to be affected immediately. So like when you have a problem in your state, you don't go after the president. So if I got a problem with Baltimore, I don't say, hey, President Trump, this is what's going on in Baltimore. No, I'm going to city legislations, the council, my mayor, my governor, right? So I'm going to the House. I'm going to mom and dad. I'm going to local school systems. I'm going to local mom and pop shops, local small businesses. So you start building that
from you building that grind inside out. So then that way
and it's organic because you're already tied in with everybody else. I'm not worrying about that big money because like a lot of times like it's kind of like an independent artist. They can sell out and get the check. But how many people really listen to them that you vibe with? Like, okay,
if you get one hit and then your shit could be over after that.
That's it.
Like if the song gets bigger than you, but if you grow that, and you bigger than any song you've made. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can make some fuck ups. You know what I mean? You got room to that makes sense.
So to your point, to battle those big companies that's going to be like, nah, we want to keep pushing opioids. What I've attached myself to is larger entities than myself that are doing that. So for example, shout out to Dr. Chris Cameron, right? I was blessed to meet Dr. Chris Cameron when I was in the Bahamas, and he's like a big orthodontist. A big dentist. Big dentist out there in the Midwest. And when I told him about the vision, he was like, SirPatrick, I want to put you in front of some people. I'm like, all right, cool.
Just like that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like it's like 3 or 4 people. I didn't know it was about to be a whole conference, right?
Wow.
So I go there and do the conference or whatever, and I said to Dr. Cameron, Dr. Cameron, I really appreciate the opportunity. He's like, well, SirPatrick, this is not over. I don't know how we're going to work together, but we're going to figure it out. I find out something else that I feel like we can work on, and I'm about to position it to him to see how he likes it. But the reason why I bring him up, anytime I go to a conference or I'm speaking at a conference, I'm making my business to reach out to the bigger hitters that are in those companies. So right now, that's the dental industry. Right now, I'm in the whole field of dentist industry that I would have never entered into just by being introduced by Dr. Chris Cameron. Right? Then COD, my mentor. She got me plugged into the COD. So now I'm thinking about a program where we're going to be educating inmates on how to get out, how to be prepared when they get out. So it's like you put yourself in these entities that are bigger than you, so that when these big juggernauts come after you, you got
help. Yeah, right. You got muscle.
You definitely got a lot of backup in that.
You got to
all right, cool. You align yourself with the people and
we could talk about this all day. And this shit is way interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to stop. But we kind of got to get to the topic.
We got to get to the fuckery. So real quick, we shout out your handle and your exclusive page. And
all right. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you again, gentlemen, for letting me come on the show before we get into all this crazy nonsense that y'all gonna be talking about. The virtual experience, you can find us online. My name is SirPatrick Ewell. If you go on my Facebook, which I'm live, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. You can find me SirPatrick O.Ewell. On Instagram, SirPatrick __ Ewell. So that's IWU. So what I got? Snapchat, Tadashi.
Look, if you want to help, DM any of us, and we'll get you linked in. I'm sure you don't mind.
And we're looking for. So those are the things that we're looking for too. Obviously, anybody wants to give a charitable donation, bless us, because this stuff is expensive to film and we're doing this ourselves. Give you an idea, my prototype was $20,000 in total, getting everything together. So we're paying for this thing ourselves. If you have stories that you want us to carry out, some short, because we write everything short film. All of our content is legitimate, real stories, and we tell a story about that person. So if you have a story that you want us to tell, let us know. If you have an opportunity where you want us to come out and just show you what we do, let us know. So you can DM me or you can DM them. And I will give you my phone number to some creeps out there. So
don't do that.
You can email me. SirPatrick, SirPatrick @gmail.com, and I can tell you a whole lot more about the virtual experience, and you can see it more on Facebook.
Awesome.
All right, topic, man.
I already got one in the pot.
Topic. Did you pick it randomly or did
I picked it randomly?
Oh,
yeah,
terrible.
I picked it randomly.
Sneaky bitch.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
So, how would society be affected if they found a solution to? Hold up. Oh, how would society be affected if they found a solution to temporary extend life?
Temporary.
We kind of already doing that now. The temporary extend.
Like if you
go vegan.
Huh? What if they said that, all right, yo, if you're getting this machine for $5,000, then we can extend your life by another 10 years.
$5,000 a day.
Like how would society be affected by that?
I think we're already at the 10-year, 5-year mark. Now, if you're saying, hey, instead of you dying statistically as a black man from 60 to 70, you can get to 150, and how would they react? I think, first of all, religion's going to get a little weird.
Yeah.
I think motherfuckers might not become saved till they about 90. you know the correlation, motherfuckers get old. That was like, oh, look, closer to God I get, you know what I'm saying? As you get older, you get, it's less clubs, it's less drugs and shit.
I'm saved at 140.
I think if they can start to find ways to statistically extend our life past what we know now, late 80s and most, I think it's not morality is going to take a dip, but I don't know. I think people will be a little more freer with their choices.
They'll be a little bit more.
It become more lax. You start finding them loopholes. I think religion will be affected. I think
so you think God is only because we're immortal?
Once
we become immortal, there's no
you said immortal or mortal?
Once we become immortal.
I think well, listen. Hey, we kind of touched on another topic here, so I don't want to go too far off. But I think we're trying to explain our mortality, and none of us really know what's gonna happen. So over time, we have to. I don't know.
Creflo Dollar knows, yo.
This motherfucker name is Dollar. Yo, you got Dollar in your name. Sir is cool. I can deal with Sir. Sir is not like Sir is cool. It's respectable. It commands. But if you got your name Dollar, bro, you kiss my motherfucking ass. You should have changed that shit. Anyway.
But if you think about it, right? If society gave us that extra time, now of course I'm going to be talking techish because that's what I'm here for, right? Think about how much fun it will be and how much new shit will be created.
Bro,
like think about it now. Like we're at a point where it's not really much that you can do. Like you legitimately got to make something dope for it to be successful. Like,
so you nerded out like shit, yo. I just want to draw the parallel. He said if we live to 150. Everybody's gonna fuck more, and you said
I didn't say that.
If we live to 150, we're just gonna make more fucking gadgets, yo.
I mean, but think about it, yo. Like I can see if you
look at the shit we'll be able to create.
You know what I'm saying? Like think about it. Like you know how dope it'll be if I can make in a scenario, but it'd be like a straight hologram. Like I would need no more teachers.
That should be dope.
Teachers can work from home.
Imagine
or teachers can be working at school.
That technology is here. It's at the very.
But what if you can feel it?
That's what I'm saying. Like
he can create the bad bitch from Chicago. You can feel it.
No, they working. Listen, let me tell you something. Reddit, if you go to Reddit,
he's waiting for that smack on the ass.
Everything goes back. So it's like our advancements in technology will be
advancements in technology, advancements in medicine. I mean, think about the stuff that we don't have a cure for right now. There's no reason why we wouldn't be able to do that, especially with the minds that we have right now. Like,
very true.
It'd be so sick.
I feel like social moral fabrics will be somewhat.
Oh my God, it'll be so much easier.
It'll be. A lot of things are going to be different. If you live 150 now.
I know this may sound petty and rude, but a lot of racist people will die, and the people that are still kind of racist, they're like, well, damn, I got to deal with it. It's kind of like.
I think once you be like, you're right. Maybe once you hit 100, then you be like, why the fuck do I hate this?
Why? Think about it. Think about it, yo. Think about how racism is aligned, yo. Like, for example, Mr. Want to troll. Like. Think about relationship wise, right?
Yeah.
When you see a black couple together, they're like, ooh, black power couple.
Yeah.
You see an interracial couple, he sold out, or he must got money. Or
not if it was the royal wedding.
Or hold on.
Not if it was the royal wedding.
No.
Why can't she got Harry.
Why can't it?
Like Childish Gambino can't be real for the culture.
I've seen it
because he's a married white woman, right?
Chick,
so why can't it just be two people just love the fuck out of each other? That's pimple. And it's like in our generation, I think our generation and our kids are the ones who's gonna like kind of push it out because our parents and their parents came up in a time where it was legitimately like real deal racism. Now we're blending in so much. I think it's gonna be faded. I honestly think a lot of it's gonna be taboo at that point. It's like the next 20 years.
Yeah, eventually it's definitely gonna hit that mark, but right now I think it's being oversaturated. And because it's oversaturated. Because now if you take
it's a hot topic.
For instance, if I take a photo and I got 10 black guys in the picture, somebody might be like, Which you don't have no white friends or something. You like, yo, what the fuck? Like, oh, it might have been my best friend who was a white dude who was taking the picture for me because.
Oh, you made him take the photo.
Oh shit, damn.
There you go. Right. Told you, he fucking Charlamagne or whatever. The devil's advocate. But yeah, I think that sometimes they just oversaturated. Like, yo, you can't, like, now it's like people were trying to do stuff to show that they aren't racist because if they do something
and it looks
just
like
free will, then it's like, yo, all right, so if I don't do it this way, then I'm gonna look racist. But then if I do it this way, then I'm gonna try to look like I'm not racist.
Why the hell I gotta work so hard?
Like, what the fuck are you working so hard for? Not trying to look racist.
Like, and the thing, that's the thing. It's so crazy, man. Like, people has to put that disclaimer out when they're talking to you. Like, I've interacted with girls who will say that they may not be black, right, and say, well, yeah, you're talking to them, and then they'll just drop, yeah, the last black guy I dated, he was so cool.
It's trying to be,
but I'm like,
correct.
It's awkward because I understand you're trying to say that you're cool with black men, but you,
my bad.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Well, hold it.
But
this ain't the topic. But maybe she's trying to say like, yo, I'm trying to fuck them.
Ain't the topic.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, maybe you wasn't getting hit at first.
It is a change she was trying to say. Hey, on the topic, when you said any pros or cons with us extending life than the average life.
Like, yeah, I think extended life.
I got a con if you ain't got one.
Oh, you got a con?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get yours off. Though.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like extended life, I think that that's gonna definitely affect some people's morals, some people's values, some people's beliefs. I definitely think that to a certain degree, some people are gonna care a lot less about life because they know it can be extended. So,
or the quality of life, they might be more drug dealers, drug addicts for longer because they're like, I just make it up when I'm 200.
Right.
I tried to see again.
Yeah.
But I think the overall affected, like the overall community and society, it could be affected in a more positive way, just on the simple fact that people like, yo, well, like you said, like I gotta deal with these motherfuckers for a long time, so it's like I might as well just enjoy life, love whatever I can, like, and just keep it moving.
What about overpopulation?
I was gonna say resources.
Overpopulation, more mouths to feed.
People are gonna have to go vegan.
Hey, look, I'm just saying
you gotta be able to grow your own stuff.
That is gonna be a fact.
Because you're gonna run out of food.
The reason why I say the reason why that's another topic in by itself is because the world is always evolving. Think about they had the Ice Age, they had the what's the name, whatever the case is. So we overextend life too much. We're gonna see the world do its thing
a little faster than usual.
Yeah, a little bit faster than usual. If we start using up all those resources, the world can be like, yeah, you're a virus. Time to get rid of you.
I think we pretty much laid out all the pros and cons about this.
New topic.
New topic.
Marvin Topic Man, what you got?
Somebody did this shit. Alright, so do you think a mother's love for her kids is different or greater than a father's love? Example, 29th what?
Example, 29th floor. Alright, so this is my topic.
Right.
This lady.
Y'all some trolls.
No. This ain't a troll shit. Did y'all hear about just recently? I think it was like
I did hear about the model.
This Playboy model jumped off of. She jumped out the 29th floor with her 7-year-old in her arms because she was going through a custody battle that she was losing. So it's like
they both died, and witnesses heard 2 loud splats. That means the son was separate from the mother. The 7-year-old son, he's not 3-year-old. Maybe he doesn't understand what's going on. And he see, boom, and that was his last. It's 7, my G. I was riding bikes at 7.
Yeah.
So what was the question again? You want to fuck all our days up?
Mother's love. Is that love? I mean, she just wanted to be with her son. She didn't want to lose him through the custody battle, and she
I don't say that.
So this is me coming from like clinical psychiatrists reviewing our scenarios before we submit them.
Yeah,
she is mentally disabled. Like that has nothing to do with love, because love, and I'm speaking selfishly, of course. Love would be me knowing I want to be with my kids every single day, and instead of me filing papers to do split custody, I say, you know what, my kids need to be together. They need to stay with their mom. That's love, bro. Selfishly, I feel like my daughter needs me more than my son, and I know it's gonna sound weird, but if I had to pick the poison, I would pick my daughter because I'm the first man that she falls in love with. So therefore, how I treat her, how she sees me, is what she's gonna expect from another man.
Yeah.
My son is naturally going to always be like daddy anyway. Even though I met my father when I was 20, I always was like, dang, I wonder what my dad is like. That's just natural us. I don't know if it's something genetically, but a woman, she needs that love from a man so she knows how to carry herself. So for me, I don't think that's love. She's just mentally disabled.
to play devil's advocate, millions of men have lost the custody battle. Nobody's done anything this drastic. Why did she jump out of a building from the 29th floor instead of doing it a different way? Instead of just like taking some pills, like running away, or like whatever she could.
Had they done like
like why wouldn't she like kidnap him or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
Men,
she went to the most
So,
drastic.
Most drastic.
You know what?
we know if she was high or not.
I got one for you. It was to answer, kind of lean on that question. There was a case study where
that changes your mind.
where one man, like, it promised if I walked into your house right now, you and your lady walked in the house, right, and you call her cheating, you'll probably stab old boy. You might stab her and sit in the corner and cry.
Temporary insanity.
Right?
Yeah.
You will get you temporary insanity. You might get 5 years. You might get 10, whatever the case may
Right.
be. On woman, same story. A woman will see you cheating, stab the fuck out of you, like literally stab you like 4, 5, 6 times, and it's excessive at this point. They will hit her with 10, 20 years, even though she did the same still murder. But the thing is, it's excessive. So even I hate having this conversation because it opens up a can of worms every time.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
But it's like naturally, women are more emotional and men are more practical. And we need each other to be successful.
To balance.
Because if I'm too practical, I remove emotions from the scenario. That makes me cold. That makes the situation a little bit more hostile than it needs to. But if I'm too emotional, I can't make rash decisions. Right? It has to have a balance. That's like our yin and yang there. So when a woman's too emotional in that regard,
Can't live with them, can't live without them.
right? And a man is too practical, it fucks up. So nah, that's not love, bro.
Do mothers love more?
My own anecdotal experience
It's a different
says
love.
yes. It is a different love. I'm trying to think. In this case, so I'm echoing what you're saying. Something's mentally not stable with this chick.
Yeah.
And I think the effects of that mental instability could have been, amplified by maybe some kind of drug. So I don't know if they did like a like some kind of report. Toxicology report. I'm assuming she was some high or something. You're there crying and you just popping pills. Because I don't see how a mother's love is saying, I want to keep my son with me forever. That's some movie shit.
That's crazy.
I think it was called Mother or Son. You gonna fucking jump out of a window? No, like,
Yeah.
how about run away,
Like,
bitch?
all the way down.
How about you run away? Just go to a different
Like,
country or something.
jump out the window.
I'm not gonna jump out the window.
Yo, 7
I
years
think
old,
it's
yo, I'm
really-
looking at mom like, really though? Like, this is what we
But hold up, but in my case, as far as love, my mom would never do no shit like that. Now, my mom is similar to what some of your mom's struggle was. She started off very good. College graduate, a lot of accolades to it. But somewhere between her chasing her dreams, she got addicted to drugs, and it was a lot of things that she did that stereotypically you wouldn't say aligns with a good mother. But and no disrespect to my father, even with her many years of drug use and abuse, she was always there.
Right. Yeah.
And my daddy wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So I do think even though it's different ways of love, from my experience, love of my mother and what she showed me was always much more like prevalent
Yeah.
than my father, who I know loves me very much.
And I have to piggyback that because this is one thing I always say to folks. I would never disrespect the mother of my children because at the end of the day, that is the closest they are to death in their lives when they give birth. And then you asked her to create an organism off of her life. So like this thing was draining
her.
the life
Vitamins,
out of
everything.
Yeah.
All I did was plant the seed.
Yeah.
Here it is. You order something online. All I did was place the order.
They had to make the shit.
They had to
ship
make
shit.
the joint, put it together, box it, send it to you, cover it over UPS, drop it to your door. You just said, huh, I got a damn baby little girl. Hey, Serena, Sirena. Boom, I got a baby boy. But meanwhile, her stomach, you know what I'm saying, is getting messed up. She's gaining weight. She's feeling insecure for 9 months. And all I did was plant a seed. So their love is completely different.
Yeah.
So their love is like the nurturing. This is my. I could be wrong, but this is my
science
personal
backs it up
opinion.
too.
Their love is more nurturing. Our love is more protection.
Yep.
Like from my experience,
Protection
I
is
fell
fine.
in love with my kids. She was loving them while they was growing.
Right.
When I first had Serena, we was kicking it one day, and I'm like, girl, I love you. It felt like the same way when I had realized that I had loved Leslie. I was like, damn, yo, I love you. It just hit me the same way.
Yeah.
Then my son, the same thing. We was kicking it one day, then boom, it hit me. damn, I love this boy.
Yeah,
now it was I always loved him, but it's like I fell in love.
You knew it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really, like, felt
a
sink in you.
Exactly. So the love is different. We learn to love. Women naturally, they just love. That's just nurturing creatures. That's why you say it's easy for a girl to get in love with somebody. So then when a dude mess around and starts liking somebody too soon, you're like, whoa, you been fucking with this bitch before. Like, no, I wasn't fucking with her before. I just actually like her now. So it's just a little different. It's a little different, yeah.
Right. Nice. Yeah, I believe in the same thing. I think that love to a certain point, because you can love differently and you can love from a different perspective or love from a different angle, however you want to take it. But nonetheless, I believe that love, technically speaking, there is no actual gauge for it. It's just the simple fact that when you love somebody or you love someone or something, you actually just love that thing.
That's it.
Like you can't say, oh, well, I love this a little bit more, and then I kind of love this. Like, no, you just love it. Like you can't gauge that. Like, how can you determine how much you love something? So for my instance, like on a dad perspective.
Yeah, daddy, gotta be daddy.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, yeah, it's definitely different because I haven't seen her yet. So once I see her,
but she's feeling
you
it.
said, yeah,
your shorty's feeling it in the middle of the night.
Exactly. So it's like, yo, so I'm like, but I believe, but you know what I mean? It's just the aspect of overall people love, but it's just different for each person.
I think we all agree that bitch wasn't loving nobody.
She was selfish.
She was selfish.
That was selfish.
And I wrote that in a way to try to steer you the wrong way,
great.
and you guys came right back to where I was already thinking that was some selfish shit.
Yeah, I pray for her and her family.
My condolences to her and her family, but like my personal
son and the family.
Yeah,
because she was tormented.
She was like people like that. I feel sorry for because she was just mentally disabled in that pace, and she didn't get the support that she needed.
Right.
But my input on suicide, and I know this is touching little waters. In some spaces, it's selfish, bro.
No, it
is. And the only reason why I can speak on it, because I was thinking about killing myself last year. November, I'll never forget, bro. November 15th of last year, son.
2017?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was going through a dark time, yo. And at that moment, it was like, I felt like the world hit me. I'm talking stuff from my childhood, my relationship. You know what I'm saying? I promised myself when I was a kid, I was like, any woman I have kids with, that's wifey. That didn't work out the way I planned. So all that stuff hit me at one time. I was like, you know what? I want to end my life right now.
Just jump off the bridge.
It's over. But one thing that brought my mind too is like, yo, that's selfish. So now, how do you explain that story to your son? How do you explain that story to your daughter? Right? And remind your father, family, your kids, yo.
Right.
That's selfish.
That's the direct reflection of you. How do you?
So now, just your one choice, just like and that goes into the virtual experience.
Everybody,
One choice can change everybody's
life.
Exactly. And that's how I feel. I feel like it's super selfish, yo. Just get the help you need, yo.
Good ending.
Next topic.
What
we look like on time? What we look like on time? We got time. Oh, we good. Yeah, we got like at least 14 minutes.
Okay, cool. All right, so your girl tells you she's always had a fantasy for BDSM.
Oh, all right. So look, we were doing a lot of good dropping shit. Now we're about to get ratchet. Are you ready to get ratchet?
Hold up. What's my name?
It's about to get crazy.
I'm with the shits.
I'm with the shits.
So this is what I'm gonna say to my people that's following me.
So say the whole question again.
No.
I ain't say the question yet.
So to the people that's following me, y'all know this is not the type of stuff I talk about. So with all due respect, I appreciate y'all tuning in.
Hey, look, I'm Mr. with the shits. So, look, not safe for his motherfucker.
It's not safe for my Facebook. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Don't trip, yo.
You better finish that. What if you left it all on his live stream? They like, that investment is not coming. Hey, listen, you can always plead the fifth. We do not want to offend any political connects, and I don't want you to lose any kind of,
future endeavors that might,
Or you can, some comic.
Swim around.
Yeah, it's always a finesse. And I got it on the 24 hours anyway.
So.
Good shit. All right, let's go.
All
right. So your girl tells you she's always had a fantasy for BDSM and dominatrix. She wants you to put her on a leather outfit and let her hit you with a paddle. What do you do?
Who will go first?
You go first, yo.
All right. Oh shit! I think I'm a little too tipsy. I'm like, well, I don't drink a lot, y'all. Y'all know I don't drink a lot. All right, so I'm with it.
Woo!
What? I'm with it. That's a new one, right? That's how we just say that, nigga.
That's way
I'm gonna tell you how with that hoe. You just said paddle. No, them hooks and shit. This ain't Hellraiser, bitch. So let's get this real straight. Because if you're with somebody, my wife got my ring on, got my new ring. You see my new ring?
Yeah.
I mean, the action that was new.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get married one day.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. It's just nothing. But if you're with somebody, as long as we've been and plan to be together, you gotta spice it up. You don't got to. Fuck it. You can just be boring, do missionary thing. But we gotta spice it up. So if she told me like, hey, she also gotta let me smack her ass too. You ain't just gonna whoop my ass. Look, I counting or something. You gonna whoop my goddamn ass? Now she say, yo, I want to beat you, and then you can turn around and I can beat you back. But then it's getting to the whole slippery slope of like, what the fuck is coming up next? Because you gonna get tired of them 2 years of whooping each other's ass with bandits on and shit. So, then you're like, all right, I want to try this. So, yes, I'm with it. I'm gonna stop being a bitch. I'm with it.
Oh my god.
I'm Mr. with the shit, yo. I'm Mr. with the shit.
Yo, you surprised the fuck out of me, yo.
I love you. I'm surprised, man.
Because Denzel gotta go next.
I ain't getting no crazy.
You going last? No, you gotta go next, yo.
Who?
You.
I'm not going next.
He's with the
Patrick's
shit.
going next.
He's with the shit. She's gonna explain how he
Patrick's going next.
Oh shit.
Alright.
You with this shit or nah, bruh?
No,
you not with
So, but when I
What
said,
you not with the paddle or the?
Listen,
The leather.
The leather.
Yo, every time you say this shit again, I be like, why the fuck I say I'm with it?
so the leather outfit, I get to see his little like,
Tied up, nigga.
I see the motherfucking eyes.
Oh man.
For me, I want to be with it, but I'll be with it if I'm the dom in the situation.
You can't get no spanking.
No, yo.
No spanking?
That's not the scenario.
You just asked my question. I answered.
Time out. The scenario is so limited that you can actually say yes to this question and still be fine.
You could be the dom too,
Still be dom.
but she wants to be the dom.
She just wants to smack you with a paddle. That's it.
No.
What about open hand?
No.
Fuck me.
I mean, you can hit me in the chest.
In the
little
face.
short of
In
it.
the face.
It might be fun now.
I mean,
As long as you can't go too hard. You can't break blood. No blood.
No, yo.
So you
I've been bit on the face before, like.
During sex.
Okay, that's a little bit. That's a bit too
Wow.
much.
Wow.
I mean,
That was piping.
it's just like a
Long.
a slap.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe a slap in my face, but Jesus, I don't know. That's
That might make you want to fuck her. Oh,
You gonna fuck her hard, yeah.
All right,
You guys are
yes.
Bro, you know what?
Hold up, man.
I'm gonna take my notes. Ask y'all some questions, man.
I've been doing that shit for a while, yeah. All right, so look.
You been doing that for a while?
No, taking notes.
Oh, what the fuck you talking about? I've been doing that shit for a while. Tell me what you mean, yo.
We're not gonna speed past that because he had to think about it for a second, yo. What? We're not gonna speed that.
Nah, because I was thinking, because
Alright.
in the middle of me, he's about to say
Clear
what I'm
your
saying.
shit
He was
up.
saying, I'm going to start taking notes. I'm like, I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I wrote the question. I'm thinking, like, because I took a sex test this week. That was like,
You
to
want
try
to
to figure out.
or?
Yeah, it's like a pop up, but it was like to figure out how. To figure out, like, how
was whacking off with
sexually
some
open
pop-up.
are you closed?
Go ahead.
And a lot of the questions was just dime shit. So I'm like, do chicks really want to do this shit like that? And I've never ran across one that asked me, like, let me whip you or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to think to myself, I was taking a test and I'm like, I kind of want to be like the most open I can be. Like, I want to be like, yeah, I'll do all of this shit. I'll do this, I'll do that. And then they came to that question. I was like, I'm looking at it, I'm like,
She gonna beat my ass? My ass.
and then I was like, I hit the no button. So I feel like no, but like after he
How
said
the fuck
yeah,
you
like,
let me say yeah and you went no? You always go yes.
No, he doesn't.
But he more than me. You the
That's
missing
a-
the shit.
that's
He
a
like
tough-
halfway with
That's
the
a
shit.
tough one too, though,
Like,
man.
hey,
Like, yo, this,
he teetered tonight.
You ask your girl to do so much shit, probably,
Yeah,
right?
yo.
You
Let
always
me
like, you
stress
gotta do
out.
this, and you gotta do that, and you gotta let me do this, you gotta let me do that. But then, like, let's see, she hit you with one thing, she's like, this is the one thing I want.
Just let me whoop your ass.
Let me
Put on the leather out.
Not no whoop
I
your ass,
mean,
but
Put
like.
this hood on your head, and let me whip you.
that's too much like slavery, bro.
You know what I'm saying, yo.
You ain't never been through it, so you'll be alright. Take it as a
It's the
lifelong
virtual experience.
And then I want to experience.
So in this experience, we can whoop your ass.
Nah, you can have that
They
one.
say, yo, what that one?
I mean that's tough, man. I mean, I think that it's a beautiful thing when two people together they can have some fun and enjoy each other's space, and that's something that's really been big on me. Like with me, my next truly official relationship, we need to be able to be completely open, have a good time, and enjoy each other's space.
Yeah.
One thing I ran into was that we wasn't able to enjoy each other's space that often. So a comment was made that I think you should just go on vacations and not go on vacations, and it made sense. But then again, it's like that's not the type of shit I want to have.
No, that's a friend.
Why do you? Why you got a vacation from your
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, which is not cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you have a vacation with your lady, your kids, and the fellas, all right, that's dope. But when you start trying to plan stuff where you're not together, like,
where you going, honey?
That's a setup.
And you looking forward to it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's an open relationship.
Yo, because and that's the thing too. That's why I said early in the conversation, if you're honest, you can do what you want. You just gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? So you
ain't really with the shit. Maybe, kind of, sort of.
We could do some things that's different, but like
she ain't beating your ass.
No.
All right, don't let it get. All right, fine. Do you wear the leather outfit?
All right, just the leather chaps. But so she can squeeze your butt cheeks. Now, mind you, I ain't wearing the shit. I should have told you. I should let you hang or something. I ain't doing that dumb shit, but yes and that. Forget the butt cheek part. It's leather chaps.
It's a nice leather
chaps.
You know what I'm saying?
Chaps.
It's breathable.
Nah, you ain't gonna smash in the leather. All right. Our mister with the shits. We assume you with that. What else are you with?
Y'all crazy, boy.
What else is who with?
Yeah. So you cool with that?
I'll be fine with that, but I mean, as far as me, I like to be the one in control. So,
but she wants to control.
But you all cool with it?
I'm saying, I'll take the ass whooping real quick.
All right. Listen, man, you got an event, man.
I mean, but then just have a point. Like, yo, you ask your girl to do so much, and like I said, for me, I'm with the shits.
That's his name, bro. Usually, every time we ask these questions, he's like, "Yeah, I'm with it."
When we be asking these questions like this every time, he just be looking like,
"Y'all." Of course not, motherfucker. Yeah. I feel so. That's you still with it.
So I'm still So
maybe she get 1 weekend. So
1 weekend
out of 4 weeks in a month, right?
Yeah.
She gonna get 1 weekend. Like, look, you ain't get this every goddamn day. For one Saturday of the month, I'll let you spank me. 3 spanks.
Yeah.
3 spanks.
And then you just stuff your dick in the mouth. All right, next question.
Exactly.
You thought you gonna win this? You ain't winning shit.
Wait, turn around.
Yeah. It's my turn now, motherfucker.
We're gonna put the leash on 2 seconds.
I got some get back with your ass. Oh, by the way, this is called Nice Safe for Ears. And you see my sticker right here?
You already know this ain't going down on my show. Come over here talking about spanking and pulling ears and nipples and stuff. You got a problem, bro. You got to hit the door to the left.
Yeah, you got said pulling nipples, yo.
Yes. He told on himself. He told on himself. Told me to twist the nipples clockwise. I didn't say that. That's your shit. Go ahead, Paul.
Twist my nipples.
I look, technically, I ain't really with the dumb shit, but if I had to answer the question, I'll
take care of your woman, man.
So he ain't with the shits.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I let her get 1 try. We'll touch on it after it. Next topic.
All right. So, question is, can you truly notice a fake ass?
Yes.
Oh, fuck it.
Yes. We can make this real simple.
You know the funny thing is, it's this
the
hat.
thighs don't match. What Cardi B say?
It's this hat that my mom brother have, and I thought it would be inappropriate to wear. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on a very sensitive playing field. But the hat says, make ass natural again. So I would have to explain myself every time if I seen a hat, if I put the hat on. But naturally, people just saying it. But the thing is, making ass natural again, what Jokes is saying is like, yo, just be happy with who you are as a woman. You ain't gotta change. You ain't gotta go get Botox and breast implants. Just go to the gym, eat good, and that's it. Oh shoot, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. Cause like even for me, man, I love women, period. So I don't care what you look like in that regard, as long as you're taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? If we walk in and we can look good and eat good together, we good.
Let me ask you a question. Now, I'm not trying to shit on any of us. I don't know any of our
shit on me. I'm cool with that.
pockets, right? Yeah, I'm cool. But is this coming from...
Is that the type of shit y'all into?
Yeah, shit.
No, he definitely is. Coming from our perspective, as far as tax bracket, do you think... It seems like we always all like, man, I don't really need all that. But it's the pressure for the type of dude these type of chicks want. $1 million, $2 million, $20 million, $50 million. Do they want this shit? Because all my niggas is like, dog, we don't give a fuck about that big fake titty, big fake ass. but they still doing it.
Yo, look, I know.
So who's giving them the pressure of feeling like you got to do that? It ain't us, the regular guy.
It can't.
100,000 and below or 200,000.
We are. It's our fault.
They're not listening to us.
Nah.
Well, we looking at these fake
I'm about to say what we're saying and what we're doing.
Our likes aren't matching up to what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Because
I don't like shit though, wifey. By the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, damn lie. I can pull up the following right now.
What is going on?
He dry snitch here too. Continue to walk. Go ahead.
Yeah, Denzel likes news too, so don't worry, they do this shit to me all the time. So I'm probably getting some payback from you guys. But yeah, that is true though. I believe in that wholeheartedly because you go by what you see and what's being praised, whether it be social media, whether it be TV and all that kind of stuff. So it's making women and men to a certain degree too, because now you got the fitness aspect of it, where it's a lot more people that's like jumping into this field. And they're like, I'm trying to look good. They see it. But the thing about it is truly within. Are you happy with yourself? So when a woman sees another woman that may be getting praised for how her body looks, and she feels that insecure about herself, she feels like she's going to be able to add that little extra to herself that's going to make her feel better, but genuinely it's not. So the thing about it is if they do it, then they gotta first love themselves. Period. Before they do it, because they may have like we talked about when Arnold was on.
We did, yeah.
And like love yourself first, and then figure out what you want from there. You know what I mean? But make as natural again. Yeah, please do.
Yeah. And I answer the question. I can tell. The thighs don't match. I can tell immediately.
I'm doing a photo shoot and a short film in Cancun. Y'all see the ass be natural again in the Cancun.
Virtual experience in Cancun?
Mm-hmm. We're doing a short film out there.
You gonna do one?
Why you ain't invite niggas, yo?
Why do I ask the question now? Like, so when is this actual experience gonna be? You got a link to this motherfucker? You got a website for this? I'm gonna make sure I watch this.
Hey, yo, is you gonna have the bitch from Chicago there too?
First of all, alright, this is what we're not gonna do. Alright. First
Yo,
of
you
all,
can take her wherever you want, yo.
she's not a bitch. Let's say this first. She's not a bitch. I know I said bitch one time, but I ain't called her that. I know.
Hold on, the Chicago person's not even a real person. Yeah. She's a hype. So we giving her real advice like, yo, this bitch ain't a bitch. Wait, she's not even real.
What's saying out Chuck? What's saying out Chuck?
Oh no,
but nah. But in all seriousness, but in all seriousness, for example,
she's become a real person.
She's not real.
You know what?
She's a real person. Listen, we're here to respect the ladies. Listen, ladies, the few that we do have to watch the show, it's not safe is. You know what we do. We just add a little color.
And they're trolls.
We troll. We have fun. We let you take out your stress throughout the week of being politically correct and careful. You come watch our show. We say ridiculous shit.
And you get to see a bunch of 4 decades.
Just rewind back if you want the serious shit. Goddamn, rewind back.
We really do love our women though. Like we really do like all our women.
So we can tell between the fake and the real ass.
Yes.
And it seems like we want the real.
And the biggest thing on that too, man. Just like like you said, be happy with yourself, love yourself, and he gonna love you.
All right, one more.
Keep it real.
Uno más.
Squat, baby, squat.
Ladies, he tall as shit and he got his legs bent so much. So stretch him underneath for the table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you good.
Hold up. Ain't got a shoe can yet, but I want to put my man. I would like to put these gentlemen.
Got the Yeezys on today.
These my first pair of Yeezy heels.
Real quick.
First pair of Yeezy heels.
You know what I mean? That's
my first.
That's what happens when you work hard.
I earned it. I earned it. Oh.
Yo, everybody sees tonight.
That damn special, though. That's like episode 5 or something. 6.
Go.
Yeah, they
Damn,
it's the
oh man, you gotta get another screw.
That's the one that Kristen spank his ass with. That's why they don't never stay up there. We be like, what the fuck? That shit always down.
They be on the other side.
He wrote the question. Did he write the question?
You did write the question.
All right.
Yanni,
last topic. So this last topic? We at 1:15 now?
That's a disgusting topic. I do not want to be involved.
Yanni and Laura, we can go ahead past that.
Yeah, skip it.
Do y'all want to do a couple?
No, I hate that.
Who wrote the question?
Me, but
do you want to keep it?
What it is.
I do know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I heard
Yang.
I heard Yanni first, then I heard Laurel on a Burger King commercial.
I heard the one that it wasn't supposed to be. I heard Yanni.
No, supposedly between the pitch and the speed in which you do it, it changed it.
Okay, that's what it is.
I think they're doing a social test on all of America to see how they can program us through media. And we're just like, hey, which one do we hear? They're like, yeah. So write this down. And
he didn't even heard of it.
I don't even know the fuck you guys are talking
about. So this is what we'll revisit it maybe. Hashtag Yanni Laura.
We'll talk about
You'll see it. You'll see it.
Oh shit. Do I really want to watch that shit?
I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's gonna make you.
You got it.
It's not a great topic though.
Yeah,
so it's like
the last topic. It's like the blue or white dress joint.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, blue, gold, white shit. Shit, but the audio, they program it though.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's all.
It's dependent on the light.
There you go.
All right, so from Tisha _
Oh, Tisha.
Yeah.
Tisha. All right.
What's up, yo?
What up, yo?
What it do though?
Appreciate you, baby.
What it do though?
What it is. All right, so farting around your significant other, rules to farting.
So
damn rules.
We fart on them. Just don't put the head under the blanket, cause
that's kind of disrespectful. Yeah.
So you say it's no rules though.
There's no rules, but there's courtesy.
Ooh, I like it. Okay. So what's the courtesy? What's the rules within the courtesy?
Okay, so the courtesy is like, yo, I know how bad this fart's gonna be because I know what I ate today.
So let me give this person the courtesy.
Let me give them the courtesy and not
farting around them, maybe
under the covers.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm like, you know what, this is gonna be all right. Yeah. I'm letting it ride. That's a courtesy.
Is there a time in which, if you're dating someone, let's say,
yo, first 6 months, yo, I gotta chill, bro. I be holding it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you hold it? Go to the bathroom, cool. Okay, 6 months.
Yeah, and then I'll drop a little nugget and be like, dang, I got like just me and sit like my stomach, yo.
Right, see how they react to it.
Like, I gotta pass gas. Like, oh, go ahead.
He slowly introduced the idea like, hey man, how you feel about me just shitting air out my ass? What y'all feel about? Is it rules in which the first 6 months, first 3 months, or off the jump? What you feel, Mr. With the shits?
Yeah, I'm with the shit, but yeah, I still believe in the courtesy. I gotta give it some time. I'm gonna hold mine for a little bit, but at the same token, like even if we do get comfortable, a lot of times like I'll try to say excuse me even before it come out or something like that.
Cute. Damn, before it comes out?
That's cute.
I mean,
wait till y'all hear my answer.
After, I'll say excuse me after. It just kind of depends. Because if I say excuse me before, then it comes with a disclaimer afterwards. Because I'm like, yo, excuse me, like, I don't know how this one's going to be right.
You don't know how bad the stench is going to be.
But if I hit the ring and then I'm like, excuse me, my bad, like, it just kind of like quick, simple. But if I say excuse me beforehand, that means I'm about to put a disclaimer after that.
Like, you know Marvin got protein farts, yo.
Oh my God.
He ain't got no fat on him.
Nah.
Oh, he might have alright farts, yo. You might get clean diet farts.
If I fart, like a lot of times you won't notice it now. If I have a protein,
it's like all minerals and shit.
If I have a protein.
It's like vitamin D and shit, like just bro. My shit sound like food and shit.
Oh, when you fart at Marvin, you got minerals and shit.
Motherfucker got a 12-pack. Ain't that bad in this motherfucker. All right, we kind of give him a warning.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a warning.
Right.
I'm gonna wait at least. I'll probably say maybe like 2-3 months after.
Oh, so you not 6 months? You go 2 or 3 months?
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3. Cause I ain't gonna keep 6 months.
You talking about 4 or 5 dates then? No, not 4 or 5 dates. You talking about within the first 10 dates? You gonna bust
within
one
the
out.
first 10 dates. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Look, this is the honest answer right here.
Yep. Oh, we get a listen.
Dudes, listen. Dudes can fart and it's okay. If your girl farts around you once, that shit's cute, right? She do it one good time, you're like, damn. Like, no matter if it's small or big, you like, damn, that was kind of, I didn't know you had it in you. Right?
That's what it means, yo. That means she like you, yo.
Yeah. Look at a GI track.
Why are men so retarded?
We are.
My girl farts around me, that means she like me.
And that's how we honestly think it's the truth.
Because they'll be so ashamed, like, if I fart in front of me, he's like, if they fart, they be like, yo, you kind of comfortable right now.
You all right.
But let your girl fart around you every day. Now all of a sudden, you're like, I'm fuck with this bitch. I gotta get it.
Y'all hear my answer, yo. Bo, you gonna hate me, yo. You gonna hate me, but Denzel did blame this motherfucker. So my girl, right, I've been with her for many, many years now. We're married, happy and all that, right? When we first started, she held it. She held it down. She held it down deep in her GI tract.
deep
But somewhere in that motherfucker, yo, I think after the first year, or when I said like I made her my girl, she didn't give a shit, my God.
Jeez.
I mean, my girl didn't give a
put your head under covers.
Damn near. She would fart like my girl burped like a fart and fart. So in the beginning, right? In the beginning, what she was saying, like this bitch think I ain't a pretty nigga. Like what the fuck? But I loved her so much, and we used to argue, my guy. Like I used to argue, like, yo, you can't just fart around me, man. This motherfucker took my soul, yo. You lose to these fucking women. Now we have a fart contest. Nigga, you fart, I'm gonna fart louder. Watch this. Nigga, if it's a good one, we'll be in the car, and I'll look at it and be like, oh, this gonna be a good one. It's a silent one, too. I'll lock the windows, my guy, and be like, she was that motherfucker like, what the fuck? So,
that's love in a way.
Listen,
I don't want to
baby, right now, she gotta be laughing, y'all. I didn't want it, I swear, yo. No jokes aside, dog. I told a lot of jokes, and a lot of my pain is filtered through humor. Mm-hmm. Ain't wasn't no joke. When she first did it, I said, yo, we gotta talk, yo. Yo, I'm a bad nigga, yo. Like, come on, yo. You ain't just gonna be farting around me. Like, I was not used to it.
Yeah, you got
I was not used to it. But then when I realized, okay, like, all right, she's not cheating on me, she ain't stealing from me, she ain't doing all this other shit, but she just a ratchet little farting ass motherfucker. And that's what I gotta deal with. That's my cross, that's my pain.
Now you gotta make serious eye contact with her every time you
The only thing I do ask that if you fart under the covers, we lock it in. So like when she fart, I say you don't lift them fucking covers. And it holds it in. Or if she fart, like you can't fart during sex. Those are the two. You fart in the covers.
Please don't fart during sex.
Well, I had to tell her that. I ain't know, nigga.
Fart during sex?
You had to tell her.
Your girl fart during. I ain't talking about.
No. Stop.
He was eating ass.
He was about to say. She got no control over that.
I ain't talking about pussy fart. I'm talking about pussy fart. I'm talking about shitter fart. I'm talking about change the room fart. I'm talking about like out the doo-doo hole fart.
Okay.
You gonna give
me
a pass?
He was cool with that shit.
If you cool with that,
ain't trying to get no pink eye, bro.
Alright, so that's my experience with farts.
This is crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Did you comment on it, or you just gave an example?
I'm good, yo. I gave everything I
I'm
had,
good with
yo.
it. So, are you for it? What was the question again? No.
Once every now and again.
She can't fart no more around you. You don't love her like I love my wife, baby. I told you I love you better than they love their girls. I told you.
Man, listen here, man.
You told your side chick that shit too?
Everybody.
Oh!
Bang!
No, that's a lie. Tell us no, motherfucker.
It's a fucking lie.
You dealing with Mo.
It's a lie.
Mo watching like, oh, side
it's
chick.
It's a lie, yo.
No, hell. All right, what you saying, sir?
Nah. Yo, it's funny, man. Like how we think women be cool with us and how they vice versa. Like stuff that's cool with us, like yo, she burp, she fart, whatever.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they always work so. They get a bad rap. Like yo, these shorties, they work so fucking hard.
Yeah. They do. Yeah, we don't have those.
Like, do you think like
we can't do this shit?
Those,
like we don't be assholes.
I'm gonna go to Cancun, right? These shorties gonna put their little makeup on it. I brought their weed, bro. I'm buying me.
You gonna brush your teeth, brush your hair,
I don't care who knows.
I'm
gonna get a fresh haircut. Put my little earrings in and have some daggone basketball shorts on or some swimming trunks and call it a day.
Damn.
Shorty done spent $30 here, makeup, hair,
lashes and shit.
all this other stuff. I'm like, damn. And then I make the joke. This is me being a troll, but you asked for a real man though.
And you won't even let her spank you.
No.
You do all that. You fucking segment. And you won't even let her take out her fucking brushes on your butt cheeks. Listen, all right, I think for the sake of not putting any political connects, we had a good time here. Let's wrap it up because we're only going to get worse.
Silly, man.
Yeah. SirPatrick, it was an honor to have you on. You're doing good work out here, man, with Opioid Crisis. We'll touch back. Any kind of big updates you want to let us know, we'll put out there, man.
Yeah,
and in the future, too. Anything you want to lead the guests with?
I just want to say thank you for giving me an opportunity to have me on the show. In all seriousness, we really do got to get behind this opioid crisis. And like I said before, I don't want to cap the virtual experience at the opioid crisis. Like there's multiple tiers that we're going to be touching. We're definitely trying to put something together for human trafficking as well because it's really heavy in Columbia, Maryland.
That's scary.
And kind of give you an idea of people will make almost like $1,300-$1,400 a day off of putting a woman into sex trafficking. you know, at the age of 13, 14, 15. So these are things that we're trying to bring awareness to. So it's a serious issue. Even though we're having fun here, it's a serious issue. So if you want to support, you already know where I'm at. Instagram, my name, SirPatrick _ Evil, and literally I post everything, even my road to entrepreneurship of the hard stuff that we don't talk about. You know what I mean? So yeah, your support is muchly granted.
Thank you. Hey, Mom, how can they get in contact with us too? I know you do the shout outs now with the emails.
So make sure y'all email us at notsafeforears@gmail.com. We need all your questions, your answers. I mean, whatever you got, man, shoot it to us. We want to make sure we get that out there to our viewers, our fans. We appreciate y'all locking us in. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at notsafeforears as well, man.
YouTube.
YouTube. Make sure y'all click the links in the bio, man. Like, tell your friend and tell another friend, like, yo, if you don't got Apple, then go to Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever. Like, find us on all major streams. Like, please do. Like, spread the word. That's all we ask, man.
Yeah,
we don't get paid for this, but we do want to provide the value of bringing great people like SirPatrick. We also want to provide you with value and thoughts that we have from different perspectives on different topics. So
real talk.
All right, and that's it.